Coming up this week, we're showing you some of the lesser known spots in the Peak District. Starting out in Cressbrook Dale, we'll discover some interesting but fairly gruesome history of this ancient limestone gorge, before making our way across to one of the most tucked away secret waterfalls in the Peak District. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle.
And I'm Hayley.
And today we've come out to a place called Cressbrook Dale because we're going to show you one of the more secretive waterfalls you can find in the Peak District. So it's pretty windy in Cressbrook Dale today, but we wanted to start here before we head over to the secret waterfall because there's a pretty interesting feature of this particular dale that we're going to show you.
So Cressbrook Dale is a nature reserve in the Derbyshire Dales, and it runs for about 2.5 miles north to south. In summertime it's completely dry, but when it comes to winter there's a stream that runs through it down to Cressbrook Mill.
And as you can see today, it's kind of wet. So you don't really see too many tourists coming into Cressbrook Dale. It's a pretty quiet little spot. I guess it's slightly lesser known. You certainly won't get sort of man-tour numbers coming here. But it's a really interesting little dale. It's full of limestone. I think there's a lot of fossils in the limestone. I think they date back at least 330 million years, so it's pretty old. And there's a lot of interesting features and little caves and little nooks and crannies that you can explore. Like this thing just down here.
So it's sort of hard to imagine it being quite dry in summer. I've never been. This is my first time coming to Cressbrook Dale, so quite impressed with the stream going through it.
But the main reason that we've come into Cressbrook Dale today is that thing over there.
It's Peter's Stone.
So I've come to this location before. It's a favourite spot where I used to do a little bit of landscape photography. I filmed a little bit here as well, but it's Hayley's first time. I always used to drive past it because it's fairly close to the road, and I always wondered what's that big rock, and it's Peter's Stone, and it is so named because of its resemblance to St. Peter's Basilica, the roof of it in Rome apparently. So our plan for this morning is to head up to Peter's Stone. We're going to climb to the top of it and we're going to have a coffee. So we've made it up, kind of to the top, out of the wind. It was pretty windy.
Yeah, and the path was a bit unsteady underfoot, so if you're not quite so steady on your feet, make sure you bring some sticks.
Yeah, sticks or good boots, or just give it a miss. It's probably not for everyone. But we're not quite at the top yet, so we're going to brave the winds again. And there's a few sort of cracks that make their way up onto the top of Peter's Stone, so we're going to give it a go. See what kind of views we can get from the top. Okay, that was a bit of a fail. Since I came here last, which was at least 2 years ago, around about 2020, 2019, there's now a sign on Peter's Stone that says no unauthorised access beyond the point that we're currently stood at. We were going to climb up. I didn't think it's too bad. It's not particularly hard to climb up, but to be fair, it's quite windy today as well, so I think we'll revert to plan B and have our coffee somewhere else. If you do come here, just make sure that you do check out that sign, because it seems as though you shouldn't be climbing up on top of Peter's Stone anymore.
So if you guys are looking to visit Peter's Stone, there is a couple of lay-by designated parking areas for it. Right behind me you can see that. It is a little bit busy today because the mountain rescue team seem to be out and about and just practicing and doing some training, but usually it's fairly quiet, so you'll probably have a good chance of getting a spot.
So although this is a pretty picturesque spot today and a pretty decent spot for a cup of coffee, if we do say so ourselves, it didn't always used to be like this, and this particular rock has got a bit of a dark history. So, although now a picturesque focal point of Cressbrook Dale, Peter's Stone actually used to be known by another name, which was Gibbet Rock. A gibbet was a type of gallows that bodies of criminals would be displayed in after they had been executed. Peter's Stone was supposedly one of the last places in the country where bodies were left hanging in these metal cages to serve as a deterrent to other criminals. So pretty grim. Right, we've warmed up, we've had a coffee, we've done our shift in the wind. Let's go and find this waterfall. Right, so not a 5-minute drive down the road, just outside of Fullo, I believe it's called, and Eyam, the plague village, is just up the road from here as well, is the Hidden Waterfall. This waterfall is called Little Waterfall Swallet. Okay, hang on, pause just one sec. I'm not sure what I said was 100% accurate. You see, Little Waterfall Swallet is absolutely listed on OS Maps, and you can see that here. However, if we go and look over onto Google Maps, we can see that that translates to this spot here. Now, for today's video, we're actually a couple fields away, located at this spot here. So, although Little Waterfall Swallow is on the map, we're not entirely sure if this is a completely separate waterfall that we're not aware of. All we know is, if you follow our what 3 words, which I'll leave here, that will take you directly to the entrance of the waterfall that we're showing you today. Okay, back to the video. You can see it on OS Maps, it is listed on OS Maps. I don't think it's on Google Maps, and really not many people know this place even exists. So we're going to give you the full tour. Now, at the time of recording, I actually had a pretty bad knee injury, which is especially bad when going downhill. So we actually both opted for hiking poles here to help get us down. There's a lot of loose rock to contend with on what is a pretty steep descent down towards the falls. So if you do decide to visit here, take your time getting down because it's all worth the wait.
Welcome to Waterfall Swallow, everyone.
Okay, so this is Waterfall Swallow. Easily one of the most hidden and secretive waterfalls in the Peak District.
It's really hard to access. The path is quite a scramble to get down. There's bits of broken tree in the pathway. So if you are coming, just be aware of that.
Yeah, my knee is still pretty damaged, so we bought hiking poles today just to get down. It's definitely a scramble. It's definitely not easy access for everyone. If you're not good on loose ground, probably don't come here. But if you do get to the bottom, it's well worth it. So it's a proper secluded little waterfall, and you could very easily drive past it on the road and you just would never know that it's there. It's in sort of like a, well, I think almost like a land collapse. It drops down several meters, the sort of cliffs all the way around, and then this Waterfall Swallow dropping down into it. And it's quite a substantial waterfall as well. And we've been really lucky. We've come here about 10 or 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Got the entire place to ourselves.
So, seeing as we've had quite a bit of rain and flooding in the Peak District lately, it's actually given us quite a beautiful waterfall. I think during summer months apparently it's meant to be not as fantastic as it's looking at the minute, so it's quite a sight to see. So it's been very peaceful here as well. Not too many people hanging around, apart from this one.
Apart from me. If you can come and you want to see it in full flow, we'd recommend sort of the winter months when we do get more rain. I think you'll have a higher chance of seeing it as a waterfall. I've been here a couple of times in the past, come to take pictures, and it's been nothing more than a little trickle. So I think we're showing it at its best for you guys today.
Yeah. So there appears to be a couple of little caves dotted around the area, so that's also something to look out for when you're here.
Okay, that is a wrap on Waterfall Swallow. We're now going to try and scramble back out of here. It's probably going to be as hard getting up as it was getting down. So we'll see you back at the car. What are we saying then? What are we thinking of Waterfall Swallow?
I think it was very nice and very secluded, so I definitely recommend it.
It's your first time going, wasn't it? Yeah, hopefully guys, we have shown you something new today. We've definitely shown you at least a couple spots that are definitely less well known. So if you are coming to the Peak District and you're looking for sort of the path less travelled and some more quiet spots, these could be some really good options for you. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. We've inspired you to come and check these places out for yourself.
So if you enjoyed the video, please give us a big thumbs up.
And if you like the look of our faces and you want to see more content just like this from the Peak District, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because that way it's going to guarantee that you see us in the next one. So until then, we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Bye!
Peace!